Grade 4 Luna, are you ready to listen? Very good. Because our very first topic for this quarter in the school year 2020-2021 is about to recognize the parts of a simple paragraph. Of course, the paragraph is composed of different sentences. By the way, what are sentences? Okay, this is a very good review. Sentences are a group of words which has a complete thought. Now, what are the two parts of the sentences or the sentence? The first part is the subject, and the second part is the predicate. The subject is the topic in the sentence, and the predicate tells something about the subject. To begin with, when you are in your kinder, you studied about the different soundings or phonetics. Each letters has its own sounds. For example, what are the sounds of A? Oh, A. Okay. For artists, it sounds A. It sounds A? No, it sounds A. Okay, very good. And for airplane, it sounds A. When we combine the different sounds, we are now having consonants, vowels, consonants. We are now ready to hear a simple words. For example, C-A-R, we have car. We now move from sounding to combination of sounding. And now we have the words. And now today, since you are already in grade 4, we go to a higher level. And that level will comprise the paragraph. Okay, having the paragraph is a combination of different sentences that has a complete and related thought to each other. To begin with, let us analyze the different parts of paragraph. And now, let's have the different parts. The first part of the paragraph is the topic sentence. What is the topic sentence? The topic sentence is usually the first sentence in a paragraph. It is introductory, meaning it should not include details, rather it should introduce the main idea which will be supported by the rest of your paragraph. So if you have, for example, 5 or 6 sentences in your paragraph, the first paragraph will mean everything about it. It will tell everything about it. Okay? Now, the second part of the paragraph is the supporting sentences. What is the supporting sentences? This is where the detailed sentences go to support the main idea in the topic sentence. And the third one is the transition sentence. This is where the writer relates the ideas in the current paragraphs to what is coming in the next. Transition words like next, however, first, second, and in addition are useful words. Paragraph hooks, which are finding a keyword or phrase in the current paragraph and hooking or linking into a similar words or phrase in the next can also be useful. Now I have here a very good example. This is an example of a paragraph. Now let's read the paragraph. Okay? Growing in a garden can be fun, good exercise, and will provide fresh fruits and vegetables for the gardener. So this is our first sentence in the first paragraph. In this paragraph, this is our first sentence. That's why we can label it as our topic sentence. Okay, what is said to our topic sentence? It is growing a garden can be fun. Going in a garden can be fun. Who among you here at the garden? Oh, very good. Garden is really fun to work with. This is a good exercise. Why I think so? Because having a garden is that you're doing like this and doing like this and doing so much. You are dealing with the soil, dealing with the leaves, the plant. You know, let us review somehow about the plants. The plants can produce their own food, right? This is the photosynthesis. The photo means light and the synthesis is the food process in plant. We have the chlorophyll, the green matter in plant, plus water and then the sunlight, and then the plants can create its own food. And this will provide you the fresh fruits and vegetables for the gardener. So, meaning to say, the topic sentence in this paragraph is growing a garden. Now, let's read the second or supporting sentence in this paragraph. It is interesting to watch the seeds pop their heads above the soil for the first time. Okay, this is the second sentence. The second sentence related to the first sentence. So this is about growing a garden, and the second sentence is a topic is about the seeds. Have you seen the seeds? Very good. So the seeds pop their heads. Wow, it popped their heads. And once it popped their head, it start growing. And that is the beginning of having a fruit or vegetable in your garden. And now, their heads above the soil for the first time. It is sometimes hard to believe that a little seed can become a large vine or plant in few weeks. Planting the seeds and pulling the weed are good exercise for everyone. So this sentence, the third sentence, is also related as part of our supporting sentence to the first paragraph because it also tackles planting and seeds which are related to growing in a garden. And now, the last part of the sentence or the transition. We are now to read the transition sentence. Then, after watching the plants grow and produce, the gardener ends up with delicious tomatoes, beans, or other yummy produce from the garden. So you begin with the garden and ends with the garden. So this is a good example of paragraph. Okay? This paragraph has its topic sentence, the first one, the supporting sentence, the two, and the transition sentence, the last. Now, where is the topic sentence in the paragraph? Let's have a review. Okay, the topic sentence is the first paragraph. Very good. Now, what is the supporting sentence in the paragraph? The supporting is the second and third sentence. And finally, can you cite the transition sentences? This one, the transition sentences is the one which has the word next, however, first, second, and in addition. Now let's read the final sentence. Then, after watching the plant grow and produce, the gardener ends up with delicious tomatoes, beans, and other yummy produce from the garden. Then the word then, after watching, then after, this cite the transition sentence because it marks the end of the paragraph, citing the last sentence. Now, do you now understand our lesson, the parts of a simple paragraph? Okay, before we end, let's again review the different parts of the paragraph. The topic sentence, usually the first sentence. And then the supporting sentence, it supports what is written in the first sentence in the paragraph. It might be two or more, but it only supports what is written in the first sentence. And the last sentence usually is the transition period going to the next paragraph or ending up in our short story. So I hope you learned something about our English for our first lesson. This is your Mom Sharry and Santos Ganareal saying see you again next time.